You know, this one actually keeps like your ears kind of warm. It's kind of like wearing earmuffs. Hi guys, it's Emmarie, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 holiday hairstyles that you can wear to parties, or if you want to be festive or just look cute or whatever you want to do. And these hairstyles are specifically for people with longer hair. I thought it'd be fun to do a holiday hairstyle video series and kind of incorporate hairstyles for every hair length. And so I will have some friends or family come in and help me with these other videos, but for now we're gonna do hairstyles for long hair. I have long hair. Before we get started though, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not, and click on the bell so you can get notified when my videos go out. And without further ado, let's get into it. First, we're going to be doing this really pretty waterfall half updo. We're going to start off by taking a section of hair on the crown of my head. So you're going to want to leave about that much right on top on either side, and then you're going to take it in the back and twist it and push it up. You can have this be as big as or as little as you want. If you want even more volume, you could tease it. I'm good. So now I'm just going to pin it in place by running my bobby pin along the very top hairs of this and then pushing it up into the twist. Now we're going to take a small section of hair from about an inch back from the part line, divide it into 3 sections, and do a normal lace braid. So you're just going to be taking sections from right next to the bump that we just made.
And once you've added sections to the braid 3 or 4 times, you're going to do a 3-strand braid all the way down without adding in any hair till you reach the back of your head.
Once your braid can reach the back of your head, you're just going to temporarily pin it off with a bobby pin and stretch it out. Okay, once that's done, you're just going to take it and have it kind of run along the edge of the bump and pin it in place. Okay, next we are going to be doing a French braid that goes into a waterfall braid. So you're going to take a small section of hair right at the front of your head and divide it into 3 strands, and then start French braiding. So picking up a section, adding into the front, picking up a section, adding it to the back. You're just going to French braid until you've reached about past your temple. Okay, once you've reached right past your temple, you're going to start the waterfall braid. So add in a section to the top like you normally would, and then drop the bottom section and pick up a new section right underneath that and add it in to the braid. And you're just going to keep doing that until you reach the back of your head. Okay, once you've reached the back of your head, you're just going to normally braid a few times. Then you're going to tie it off with an elastic. And I had someone ask me in the comments on my last hair video if I could show them ways to avoid getting your hair caught in the elastic. So one way to avoid getting your hair caught in elastics is making sure whatever you're tying off is far away from the rest of your head. That way there's no extra hair trying to get in. Another thing to do is make sure the tail that's going after the elastic is all smoothed out and there's no flyaways. Once everything's all situated, you're going to want to make sure that the elastic is spread out as far as it can be, and then gently pull it through. And every time you twist, make sure everything's still smoothed out. So kind of use your fingers to comb through the tail a little bit. And that's it. And make sure it's not too tight. It doesn't need to be super tight because these are made out of plastic. They're gonna stick to your hair better than fabric does. So it doesn't need to be ridiculously tight. And then pin the braid into place. Okay, and then I'm just going to very gently stretch out the French braid just a little tiny bit, and very, very gently, because waterfall braids are very sensitive. They're very delicate. I'm going to gently just pull on the very, very, very edges of the braid, making sure that I'm not pulling out these sections that are being added in. I'm actually pulling out the pieces of the braid, if that makes sense. Okay, once that's all done, we are going to take a section of hair right at the front, not that much, and smooth it out. Kind of try to cover up any part that you have from the bump, and bring it to the back of the head, and try to cover up the bobby pins as best as you can. And that's it. Next up, we got this really pretty side swept braided hairstyle. You're gonna start with a side part, a deeper side part, and take all the hair from in front of your ears and pin that out of the way for now. Okay, now you're gonna take the rest of your hair and throw it over your shoulder. And starting about right here, I'm twisting with one hand, and with the other hand, using my thumb, adding in hair on top of it, and then twisting, and then adding in hair and twisting until I reach the other side of my head. Then I'm going to take some bobby pins and push them up into the twist. Starting at the bottom and going all the way up to make sure the whole thing is secure. Once that's done, you're going to let the hair down in front of your head, on the front of your head, and divide that into two sections. Take the top section and do a 3-strand braid going all the way down until the braid can wrap around to the end of your twist. Then you're going to bobby pin it, and if you desire, you can kind of fluff it out. And then you're going to do the exact same thing to the other chunk of hair. Also, if you want to, you can kind of stretch out the twist a little bit. And also, the hair that's connected to it, make everything all full and voluminous. Okay, now you're just going to take the bottom braid and bring it along, right along the twist. Take out the extra bobby pin. Then you can just use it to secure that braid to the bottom of the twist. And you should have a nice web of bobby pins underneath all the twist. Then you're just going to take the top braid and bring it alongside next to the other braid and pin that in place with it. If you need to, you can kind of direct the braids where you want them to go exactly with some bobby pins. And that's it! Super cute, super easy, doesn't require any major French braiding. For our last hairstyle, we're going to be doing this mixed braid updo. And this does not involve French braiding either, but you have to have longer hair to be able to have it not involve French braiding. And let's just get into it. So I'm starting with a side part, and then I'm going to take my comb and just do a part right behind, or right in the center of my head. And then all I'm going to do is actually first I want to leave a little section of hair. I like to pull sections out to frame my face because I feel like it kind of makes it look like like a hat or something. I don't know. It makes it look kind of funny if you have at least a little bit of hair just kind of chilling out. If you prefer, you could do it like next to your ears. Now I'm just going to take one side and do a fishtail braid. If you don't know how to fishtail braid, I can show you real quick, but there's a video that I can link in the description that I go into a little bit more detail. But basically you're going to take one section from the outside and bring it under the piece you just took it from and add it to the strand next to it. And then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Take a piece from this section and add it to this section. And for this braid, I like to take bigger sections. I don't want to take little tiny teeny delicate sections. I like to make it look chunkier, and one way to do that is to actually take sections that are a little bit different in size. So don't try to take the exact same size section every time, and it'll turn out even more like undone looking. And you're just going to do that all the way down your hair for as far as it will go. For me, that's kind of far, so it's gonna take me a second. And then you're going to pancake or stretch this thing out, pull it apart, whatever you want to call it, as much as possible. And one of the reasons I love fishtail braids so much is because it pulls apart so well. And all of my bangs right here that are all popping out, I'll just pin down. I'm not worried about them. And then we're going to do a normal braid on the other side. So you're just going to do a normal 3-strand braid all the way down and then pull it apart lots. Make sure that you're focusing on really pulling apart the bottom half as well as the top half, because the bottom half of the braid is going to be the part of the braid that's on top of your head. So you don't want to leave that one out. Once you have your braids all pulled apart, what I'm going to do is wrap the braids around my hair this way. So starting from the back and wrapping them until they reach the ends, and then just pin that one in place. Now you're just going to take the other part, or your other braid, and wrap it around the opposite side. Decide if you want it in the back or in the front. I think I'm going to actually kind of lift up the fishtail braid a little bit and kind of stick it underneath it. Like that, and then just pin that one in place as well. If there are any spots like this where they're just sticking out straight, if those bug you at all, you can just take a bobby pin and pin them down. And that's it for this one. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Before I go, I thought it'd be fun to start a question of the day, because I post every day, so that would work out really well, right? So today's question of the day is, do you like updos or like half updos better? Depends on my mood. Most of the time for my face shape, I think I honestly prefer half updos, but sometimes I'm in the mood for updos like this. So let me know in the comments below what you prefer and what you like better. And I love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye! Mwah!